So I see that we had the little talk and you listened. So you decided not to go back. Great. So now we have to work on you. What are your plans? What are your goals? Now today, I want you to really think about your future and where you're going. I want you to really meditate and seek God. Start with a little simple prayer. Ask God to direct you in the right path. Get you a journal and begin to jot down some things, because it's very important to jot down your thoughts. I always jot down my thoughts, because if I don't jot them down right then being the age that I am, it'll go over my head. So I love to journal. I love to keep a book in my hand, because when I have those random thoughts, I got to jot it down right then. And it really helps me to jot things down. And doing meditation, it opens up a whole new path for me when it comes to understanding. Now, girl, I'm glad you listened to me. I'm so elated that you did. But see, this is not going to happen overnight. This journey that you're on, it's going to take a minute. But if you hold on and if you begin to do these steps, then you'll be fine. You'll be just fine. Yes, the enemy going to come back to you and try to tempt you to go back to that toxic situation, the toxic relationships. It's going to teach you some things. But the most important thing that it taught me when I was in a toxic relationship for so many years, it taught me how to pay attention. It taught me how to analyze and pay attention to the reactions, the words. And then it opened up critical thinking. And I had to question myself. Do I want to live like this forever? Do I want to live like this for another 15 to 30 years? Or do I want to get out now? That was the question. So it hurt. I love this person. He was my husband for so many years. But I know I had to be fixed. I was broken. I was bruised. I was abused. And I was neglected. And it didn't feel good. So I had to make a choice. Shall I continue to live that way? Or shall I walk away in pain? Because you know one thing I realized, that pain is temporary. Pain will go away if you work on you. Sooner or later, pain will demolish. It will go away. But you have to do the work. And if you're willing to do the work, sometimes I hear people say suffering in silence. You can suffer in silence, baby, for so long. But sooner or later, it will start deteriorating you, breaking you down, making you feel like you don't deserve to be happy. You don't deserve to be free. Now, it's your choice to suffer in silence. But one thing I learned, you got to break the silence to free yourself. And one thing that holds us back, are we afraid to break the silence because we're afraid of what people think about us? See, that's what holds some of us back for a very long time, because we're afraid of what people would think if we break the silence. You know what? People are going to think what they want to think anyway. So break the silence, because they're going to judge and think the way that they want to think. They're going to look at you in a different way. So be it. Your main goal is freeing yourself, getting free, putting that smile back on your face, being happy again, learning about yourself, learning what you like to do, where you see yourself in the future. So let them talk. They're going to talk anyway. Who cares? You know, that right there, it stopped me years ago. I was hindered by that. What people think, what they're going to say, how they look at me. But once I got past that, I'm like, I don't care. What they say, what they think, how they look at me, what they do. I got to stay focused and work on me. That's the main goal, working on you. And don't invite those people into your life again. I don't care. It couldn't be a relationship. It could be a toxic friend, a toxic relative, a toxic co-worker. Whomever it is, keep your distance and work on you. Work on you. Get that notebook out and that pen and begin to write. And release all of your thoughts on a notebook. Release it and then begin to work on you. I've written down a column of my negative thoughts, a column of my positive thoughts. And I said, okay, the negative thoughts I'm going to deal with first. Because I have to release all this out of my spirit. It cannot go with me. It cannot come with me. Because where God is taking me on this journey, I don't want no negative people, no negative thoughts, nothing like that. Because God is doing a new work in me. And I have to be ready for a new journey, a new person. And it's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen. You do the work. You put it in. You'll have to cry sometime. You feel like throwing in the towel and giving up, but don't give up. Do the work.